Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new week in WoW. It is a new week. It's the 31st of March. We're on the dawn of April. So I just want to do a quick kind of what's going on this week so that you have kind of an idea of what's happening throughout the World of Warcraft this week. The first thing, and of course the biggest thing that a lot of people will be watching over this next week, is the March of the Quel'Danas raid is releasing in all tiers, so you'll be able to watch the world first raiders, of course, doing their thing and trying to conquer the dungeon or the raid as fast as possible. It does release in all tiers, so make sure that you're getting in there and doing what you need to do to be able to do that raid when it becomes available for you on Tuesday. The other thing that we're looking at is it is a time walking week, and so we have the Cataclysm time walking event this week, and so you'll want to make sure and do the Firelands. If you do the raid, of course, there is the Shattered Path Through Time quest, so you want to make sure and pick that up so that you can get your free champion piece of gear. But also, there's the Firelands Disturbance Detected or something like that you can pick up once you get in the dungeon, and that will give you a 269 piece of gear that you can then catalyst or whatever you need to do. There is a fast way to do it, so you can get through it very fast. The easiest way to do it is when you go and look for a group, make sure that you're looking for a skip group. That'll get you through so that you can get your 269 piece really fast. The only exception to this, of course, would be if you're trying to gear out a new character or an alt character or anything like that. You might want to do the whole raid, because if you do, every boss in there is going to drop champion gear, so you might be able to get yourself some pieces there. There's also some nice BOE loot in there that you can pick up and sell if you want to. Moving on from that, we also have the PvP the PvP Brawl of Magoo going on this week. If you're a PvPer, if you're a pet battler, there is a pet battle bonus event as well. The Darkmoon Faire will return this weekend, so you do want to make sure that if you're leveling, rep grinding, or if you are a crafter, that you swing by the Darkmoon Faire to pick up any bonuses that you might need from there. We also have the on this weekend as well, to go along with the Darkmoon Faire, we also have the March of the Tadpoles event, which begins on Sunday, and that'll happen in the Borean Tundra. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure you swing by the Borean Tundra Sunday, and it's just a small mini event, so you can go swing by and help out the Murlocs there. Also, it's the 31st. It's your last day. So if you want to pick up any of the trading post items for this week, make sure that you're swinging by, taking a look at the trading post, getting what you want, because tomorrow it's going to be gone, and we'll have a new whole set of cosmetics that we can get from the trading post starting tomorrow. That'll be April 1st. And that'll be the April trading post. I will have hopefully a thing to go through, and we might go through and take a look at all the different trading post items that you can get tomorrow. That might be something that we do. So you might be keeping an eye out for a video on that. I'm not usually a big cosmetics guy, but hey, it gives us a chance to look at something. Outside of that, is there anything else going on? Oh, the patches. So we did have a bunch of new updates today. Let me just pull those up. I had them over here and I was looking at them earlier. Some hot fixes and whatnot. So just to kind of go through those very fast, there's not a bunch of major ones that I could see necessarily for classes. Devour had a void ray. If you have a photosensitivity to light or anything like that, and you turn on photosensitivity mode, now the void ray won't be as impactful. Hunters, they fixed an issue where Master's Call wasn't functioning with macros, so that is now fixed. They also fixed an issue where some talents could cause an unclear or missing error message when you respec your survival talent points. So survival, that should work for you now. On Monk, they fixed an issue that would cause Jade Fire Stomp and Rushing Jade Wind to strike enemies through walls. It won't do that anymore, so now you'll have to actually be where the mobs can see you. For Paladins, on the protection side of things, they fixed a issue where Valiant Crusade would sometimes not reapply after a talent change. That is corrected now. Undisputed Ruling and Hammer of Light are now available to track in the cooldown manager, so if you wanted to add those, you can, as well as Word of Glory and Shield of the Righteous, which you can also put into the cooldown manager now if you want. Up to you. That's kind of a personal choice. Alongside that, there were some dungeon changes. Again, nothing like crazy. In Algathar Academy, the Arcane Rift that you would see from Echo of Degrossa now has additional visuals before it releases. Magister's Terrace, they addressed an issue where some of the animated codexes were not contributing as a criteria for enemy forces. In the Pit of Seren, Plunge Talon Gargoyles, the really annoying gargoyles, gargoyles that will pick you up and fly you into eternity. They fixed an issue preventing you from being able to turn or aim any kind of abilities while you're being picked up. So now you can turn and you can still cast and do what you're doing while you're being picked up. They also fixed an issue preventing mages from being able to blink. And as a mage, I can tell you that's the most annoying thing, is when you're picked up and you can't get out of it. So now mages, you can blink to get out of that. So that's great. They also fixed an issue with Ick and Crick, where sometimes Ick would melee a non-fixated player when ending the fixate. So it would just be like, bam, you're hit, hit even though he's not looking at you. That has been corrected. In the Seat of the Triumphant, Laura, they added a visual effect on the Discordant Beam. We'll have to see what that looks like when we get there. Skyreach, on Rukrun, they addressed an issue where players could sometimes get stuck in combat after the encounter ends. Hopefully you're not going to get stuck in combat anymore, so you're not to reload or do anything like that. Or to get out of it, you will actually be able to just drop combat after that encounter ends. Also on High Sage Vyrix, players targeted by cast down can now turn while being picked up. So same idea as the gargoyles in Pit of Seren, where you weren't able to turn or do anything while you were being picked up. Now you can. In the Voidspire, they fixed an issue where Gladius' Sorrow, Strength, and Shadows didn't always reflect damage. It's going to now, so make sure you're taking a look at it and being careful when you're casting, that you're not casting and you're going to hurt yourself. And lastly, in Windrunner Spire, they increased the visibility of the Dragonhawk's visual effects when he uses Fire Spit. I didn't think there was a problem with it, but I suppose there was. So now it should be a lot more visually, I don't want to say stunning, but you shouldn't have a problem seeing where the Fire Spit's going to go or what quadrant it's going to hit when he's doing that. Outside of that, what else has changed? Items. Dawn Crests will now be mailed to you if you didn't pick them up. Before, I guess, they were not being mailed to you. You just lost them to the ether. Now you're going to get those mailed to you, so you'll be able to pick them up even if you left the dungeon before looting a boss or anything like that. They also fixed an issue that sometimes prevented Chimeras in the Crown of Cosmos encounters from dropping the trophy icons. So if you did not get your decor items from those two bosses, they are going to now drop them. So now you should be able to get them. And then in a future hotfix, they're actually going to go back and hopefully restore trophies to the players who got them, who won them at the end of the raid, but didn't actually receive them. So now you should be getting those. It's just going to take some time. And then obviously, I'm sure everybody knows, but in case you don't, they increased the power and the rewards from Beleren in the March of Quel'Danas raid. The theories are that the boss is going to be much harder now. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, the World Force Raiders will let us know. And then in PvP, Nassar and Sergeant Wilson have arrived in Silvermoor. And I guess you can get mercy contracts now. I'm not much of a PvPer, so if that means something for you guys, I'm glad you guys are getting that. And then for Hunters, they resolved an issue where Tracker's Net would reapply its route when effects such as Vanish have faded. The last thing, and a big thing for those of you out there doing herbalism, Green Thumb will now actually appropriately award the double of herbs when you use it on a midnight herbalism node. So it wasn't working a lot before. Now it should work every time you use it. So that's a huge one, especially if you're getting any of the big flowers. So I guess that's pretty much it for the week. And I hope you guys have a great week. I hope your raids go well, your dungeons go well, your Mythic Pluses go well, your PvP goes well if that's what you're doing. Make sure to get your cosmetic rewards if you want them. And we'll see you guys next week. Enjoy your week, guys. Thanks for stopping by.